Piff here with some more zombie ranking system tweets from, yes, Jimmy Zielinski. I'll put a link in the description to his Twitter. I also want to go over these new tweets, and I want to go over the old tweets regarding grief and all that stuff in the older video. You guys are asking a lot of good questions, stuff I didn't even think of when I was making the video. So I want to talk to it with you guys. It's a lot easier, to go over it in a video than trying to do it through text and all that stuff. So I'll do that at the end of the video. But now, let's get to the new tweets. And a lady asked him basically, does solo play count? Can you rank up doing solo play? And for someone that's very cryptic and all that stuff, he was very direct and just said, yes, solo play does. So we get that. You can rank up doing solo play. Now that leads into the next tweet. He says, hey Jimmy, can your rank increase better in solo or multi? He says, good question. Are you better in solo or co-op? Now, why did you say co-op? Why couldn't you just say multi? Anyways, okay, so basically, this is what we've been saying the whole time. You can do the rank up quick strategy. You could do solo play. I think it's going to, take more kills, but in the sense of time, it might be like the same. But anyways, in the sense of kills, like total number of kills, it's going to take more if you're doing the rank up quick and all that stuff, as opposed to someone that does it on co-op, multiplayer, whatever you want to call it, online with 3 to 4 people. That's something I do have to disagree with. I have noticed that, people doing 3-player or 4-player online with people, I've noticed has triggered people to rank up. You guys have seen that in my Road to Shotgun series and all of that good stuff. And another thing I thought was interesting on him saying this and admitting this is that, basically he's saying, yes, you could just rank up just playing solo, which we do know because I've done it in my Road to Shotgun series. But for the people that think it's like revives and all that stuff, you can't get revives in solo. So how does it, go from, okay, it factors no revives in solo, and then it factors it in co-op and all that stuff. So I think that's something that leads to, I've never been a believer, but definitely not being revives or like a combination of stats and stuff. Because how would they go about doing that? Like, okay, no revives in solo, okay, then revives in co-op. It doesn't really make sense. And as you guys know, this ranking system and all that stuff, it's very hard, and it's probably be very hard to do all that and to calculate all that stuff. So I think this points to, it not being like a combination of stats. Just basically your KD, your total kills, a couple high rounds here and there, throw in a variety of stuff, and you're good to go. I mean, that's basically all you have to do at the end of the day. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think about that tweet. And now I'm going to get into the next one. Somebody asked him a very good question and says, what about snakes and ladders? Does that count? And he simply says, very direct, no. Now, if you guys don't know about the board game, I believe it's a board game, but the game Snake and Ladders, basically what he's saying is that, in Snakes and Ladders, you could cheat and get, after, like, you could do something to get straight to the top. Now, what he's saying is basically, like, I guess I'll say, like, in your career of zombies or all your amount of kills. Okay, so say if I have 100,000 kills and I have like an 80, I'm flirting around like an 80 KD, and you guys know if I'm trying to get my knife, I'm probably going to need 100 plus, since that's a lot of kills. Basically what he's saying is, okay, for 100,000 kills, if I go very, very good, like if I go 10, maybe 15,000 kills without getting very few downs, I'm not going to be able, it's not going to look at just that small amount of games and be like, okay, he's good enough, he needs it. It's going to be an average of all your kills. So if you started off bad, and you're on an old account, that's why people that are on their accounts from day one, that's why it's very hard for them to rank up. Like my Piff account, I think it would be borderline possible, because I'm going to have to bring up for all those downs and stuff that I messed around on the Easter egg and stuff like that. It's going to be an average of everything on that account, all your total kills and your downs on the account. So that's why it's easier for people that make new accounts, because now they know they have a grasp on the ranking system, and they're like, okay, I need to limit my downs before it gets out of control, and so I can get my rank. And some people think that's cheating. I don't think it is, but to each their own. So that's that tweet right there. It's not like snakes and ladders, but we knew this. And okay, so that's all for the new tweets. Now I want to touch on the old tweet. Okay, let's go over it one last time. Basically, I'll give you guys a little recap. You remember the guy got kind of mad at him, said you don't care about us and all this stuff like that, and he says, I do care. Custom no leaderboards, public for leaderboards, classic and survival affect rank, not modes. Okay, so not modes. So that would say grief and turn do not affect your rank. Now, I've gotten a lot of good questions, and alright, so basically someone asked, they're like, okay, so now I know, alright, we know for a fact that it used to affect your rank, because I've seen people get D-ranked, I've seen people get ranked up playing Grief, and I saw it in my old Grief tournament. Now, in my new Grief tournament, I never saw anybody get D-ranked, I never saw anybody rank up. I actually had a guy in my game that had shotguns with like a 30 KD. So when we saw these tweets, it started to make sense to us. We're like, well, how is that possible? We thought he had super glitched out shotguns, but then we started to think about it once these tweets came out and stuff, and we're like, oh, that starts to make sense, because all he does is play Grief. So like all the downs that he was getting in Grief didn't count. So I believe this tweet, For the people that are asking about like the old downs and stuff in Turned and Grief, if it did count to the ranking system and all that, I don't think there's any possible way for them to weed those out now and to get rid of all that for your rank. There's no possible way. I don't think so at all. Okay, so there's that. And so now for the people that are like, all right, so is it cool for me to play this and stuff like that? And what I would say, you know, like, I believe him. I've seen it firsthand. You know, he wouldn't lie about something like this. I believe him now. But if you're somebody that's like on the edge and like you're trying to get your knife, your desired rank knife or shotguns, I would err on the side of caution. I mean, if you if you have another account or there's no need for you to play it, just stay away from it. There's no reason to play it if there's no need or something like that. But if you really, really want to play it, it no longer goes to your rank. But, you know, if you're trying to get your rank and you're close, just get your rank. I would just make sure, like I said, just err on the side of caution. I was just letting you guys know the news right away because, you know, it's very obvious that he's saying, you know, Grief and Turn do not count to your rank. At one point it did, we know that, and we all believe that, and we all went by that, so we didn't play it. I was just letting you guys know, yes, now you can play it, but, you know, if you are close to your rank or you're trying to get your rank, I would err on the side of caution. That's all I'm going to say. So, there we go. I went over the new tweets, a little cleared up over the old ones, and, yeah, guys, so that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Best 4-man strategy updated. Now, if you guys watched my other video, that was a pretty good strategy, but there were some flaws in it. Zad has a Twitter, and he will talk about, do like riddles and stuff like that about the Easter eggs. And he's one of the only guys that will talk about the ranking system or even address it.